Hello and welcome. I am your host, Bumi Anjiblade. Today we'll discuss the downsides of partnering with friends and family in business ventures. Come on, let's talk about creating and building a business that will thrive and be successful. Welcome to Create Your Own Economy podcast, the weekly podcast that equips you with the know-hows, the strategies, tools, and resources to create your own economy, grow your business, and live the life you desire. If you have not done so, hit the subscribe button so you will never miss an episode. Now, partnering with friends and family can significantly affect your business's development, especially when you are just starting out. However, there are downsides, and if you're not careful, there are downsides that can really affect your business. And I want you to consider some of those downsides so that you can mitigate. And I have done some podcasts, some episodes that I want you to please take a look. The reasons why you really want to have partners in your business. There are questions that you really need to ask them to make sure that they are a fit into, what the goal for the business is. The fact that you love them, the fact that they are family, the fact that they are friends, does not automatically make them qualify to be partners with you in the business. So let's really take a look at some of the downsides that you should be careful, that you should be looking out for. There are some financial risks when you have partners. When you have friends and family as partners, financial risk, especially when you are mixing personal and business finances, it could be risky, So when you set clear boundaries and agreement between, this is family money, this is business money. I have seen where people go into a business and they go in and just buy stuff because they are family and friends and they are business partners, and they don't pay. They don't pay. And it's like, no, that's not how it works. So really separating it, not mixing personal and business. Because if you are a business partner and you are buying food or you are buying stuff from the store, you need to pay. Okay? So there are financial risks. Number two, having limited perspective. There are times you might depend on your friend's perspective alone, and that can limit your perspective in the business. And for the business growth, you really need diverse ideas to grow the business. So when you have a friend or your family and you only depend on on their perspective, that can limit the growth of the business. And especially when you give them an idea and you are asking another employee for an idea and they get offended, that can really be risky or can cause some conflict between you and your friend and your family. So having a friend or a family as a partner can really limit your perspective and really limit the growth of the business, because most times both of you might have similar background, and you might be unable to challenge each other when when they give you a perspective. So you might need somebody else that would think outside the box. So that would be a challenge. So number three, so where there might be a downside when you have assumptions, because they are friends and family, and then you might assume, oh, she should know that, she should understand this, she should know how to do this, or she should know this is the way I run my business. No, she will not know your intentions, because you are in a different setting. The setting is different from the home setting, or different from the friend setting. This is a business setting. So when you have assumptions and the different expectations, it can lead to misunderstanding, and then it can also lead to you having grudges, misunderstanding, and all that. So number four, at times when you don't have clear expectations and boundaries, and then when the personal and business relationships will spill into each other, they can become challenging, because the two of you are friends, or the two of you are family. And when there are no boundaries, it can make it challenging, because there will be interference. You have the family coming in to interfere, and this is a business setting, and it won't be good for the growth of the business. That is a downside, because it's like, you need to have a conversation. The conversation, is tough conversation for the business. And how then do you have the conversation? So those are some of the questions that you need to have at the beginning. How do we have this conversation? Because they need to happen. They really, really need to happen. So clear boundaries, clear expectations, that can be a downside when you are in partnership. So number five, the other downside is where you don't have a clear exit strategies. So somebody that joined your business and they were excited when they joined, but they really want to leave the business. They want to, maybe they thought that was what they wanted to do, and now they changed their mind. And then how do they separate leaving the business from leaving the relationship? So it becomes complicated, because it's like, I'm leaving the business now. Are you leaving me as your friend? Are you leaving are you leaving our relationship? So this can cause disputes, especially if you don't have a well-formed exit strategies. Is like, how do we divide the business? How do we value the business? How do we separate the business? So it could be messy. It could be messy, and if you're not careful, you can really lose a friend of 30 years. You can lose a family, and I think that is not the reason you came into business with a friend, with a family. You want somebody that has your back. You want somebody that you can trust. You want somebody that knows you, that can, when you are when you're overwhelmed and all that, they can tell you it's okay. That's what you are looking for. But if you don't take care of that exit strategy, it could be messy. It could be messy. You can lose a friend. So number six, so risk of conflicts on the job are affecting personal relationships. when you have conflicts in place, and if you don't have strategies to take care of that conflict, it can really mess up your relationship. So it's very important that you take time to nurture that personal relationship that you have with your friend and your family. Very important. Then number 7, when you have your friend or your family, there is a perception of favoritism, which can undermine the business's credibility. Because when you have your friend or your family, on the job, the other employees can see a form of favoritism, with your friend and your family. So that can be a big problem in the business. So, but despite these downsides, many successful businesses are built with friends and family. We have many family businesses that have stood the test of time. Some businesses have stood the test of time over 100 years of family businesses. And the key to mitigating this risk is just approaching the partnership with clear communications. Just talk, communicate, have formal agreement, just be professional and have time for each other to nurture your relationship. Is very, very important. And call to action. For those of you that have a relationship, that have businesses with friends or family, what downsides have you experienced in your business, and how have you overcome those? Okay, how have you overcome that? I want you to please share those with us. And also, I encourage you to share this podcast with somebody, with your friends and your family, especially if there's somebody you are thinking of bringing into your business. So this podcast, Create Your Own Economy, is presented by Claro Growth Resources. We are an organization that promotes the growth and development of individuals, organizations, and businesses, and we do that through coaching, training, and mentoring. We're here to support you and your business, so you can contact us. You can go to the website clarogr.com/meet, MEET. And please share the podcast, and I will see you in the next episode. I hope you enjoyed this episode. The best gift you can give me is by sharing this podcast with your friends, your family, and reviewing it, which will help this podcast to grow organically. If you want to create your own economy and live the life that you deserve, join my next workshop or schedule time with me. My purpose may as well be to help you on your journey. Visit clarogr.com/workshop. See you again next week.